This week, you are asked to work on Part B of assignment number 2. Part B of assignment number 2 asks you to figure out which type of study or which publication type you want to include in your search. So you're asked to check all that apply, and then you're asked to number from highest to lowest in terms of level of evidence. So these are the options you're given, and this is the pyramid that you may now be familiar with. In the PowerPoint, we discussed the types of studies. What we did not discuss in the PowerPoint was the clinical practice guidelines. And clinical practice guidelines is basically something that the College of Dental Hygienists of your province, or CDHO, would give out. And when they give out practice guidelines, they use they use the best type of evidence to come up with their practice guidelines, to come up with the rules, to come up with how you should work in the dental hygiene field. So, depending on your topic, I'm assuming that most of you guys will say meta-analysis is a great way of finding evidence or finding research because it's high up in the pyramid. You may also say systematic review is also good, so you can check that off over here, or you could bold it. You might say randomized controlled trial is also a great option. Whatever you think is a great option. Practice guidelines, or depending on your topic, if it's a clinical question, you might want to look at the CDHO's practice guideline. Okay. If your topic is on smoking, for example, remember how in the PowerPoint we discussed that sometimes with smoking we can't do randomized control trial because it's not ethical. So instead we may have to resort to a cohort study, and that might be an option for you to check off. Some things you do not want to check off are case series or case report because they're further down in the pyramid. You may not want to look at editorials, letters, or opinion because again, they're further down in the pyramid, and animal or lab studies, which is like this. And so those are things that you may not want to consider. So when you're considering what type of studies to look at, you want to go high in the pyramid, not low in the pyramid. So once you've checked off your types of study that you want to look at, the next thing it asks you is to rank these type of studies from the highest to the lowest level of evidence. And to do so, I encourage you to look at this pyramid over here to make your decision. So for example, clinical practice guideline, that's number 1. So you would write number 1 here. Meta-analysis, that's number 2. So you would put number 2 over here. Systematic review, that's number 3. So you'll put number 3 here, and so on and so forth. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to email me.